You can kind of tell whether things are going well or not by just how angry people are. When things are going great and everything's rosy and wonderful, they don't typically start lashing out at random fans online, searching their name on the internet, getting angry. And this is exactly what's happening with Stephen Moffat right now, who actually has written a couple of recent episodes of the new Doctor Who, despite having been retired from it and all that. He did one called Boom in the actual season, which was one of the more watchable ones, incidentally. The Russell T Davies stuff was much worse. And then he did the Joy to the World Christmas special, which bombed and failed miserably. And so he's obviously not happy with the fans and not receiving his work very well. He did give a couple interviews with Russell T Davies and was posting them earlier this year in solidarity and the like. And as these rumors are continuing that Russell T Davies is going to be out, a couple of interesting points here. One, what he says kind of validates the speculation that's going on. And number two, clearly things are not going well for the people over at Doctor Who Central. So let's get into this news and see what he said. Please hit the like and subscribe button as we talk about all things Doctor Who, including other science fiction as well. I'm a science fiction writer, and if you like good written science fiction, you will absolutely enjoy my Stars Entwined. This is a beautiful story. It's a trilogy, a space opera. It's a great thing to start reading this weekend. It's about an alien starship and a spy who's a human who goes on board there and tries to bring back information towards Earth in the middle of a war. It's got a lot of fun. It really builds huge over the trilogy. Get it today. It's available on ebook, print, and audio for your convenience, all three. Make it easy for you. I'll put that in the description below. Thank you guys for supporting and reading our work. Things are going great here. I'm inspired actually to write more and faster because I'm so excited with what's going on right now. You guys have been an amazing audience, and I appreciate you for being loyal readers, which is great. Doctor Who fans love science fiction. Creators are panic has become apparent as Ncuti Gatwa Doctor Who Season 2 draws near. It's coming out in less than a month now. After rumors that Russell T Davies will be out after this season as showrunner, Stephen Moffat's lashing out his fans saying, "Go and be horrible to someone else." Now, we covered on the channel yesterday, if you haven't seen it, what Russell T Davies said on the David Tennant podcast, where it appears he's actually going to be out after Season 2 as showrunner. Now, there's lots of rumors going around as well that Ncuti Gatwa is also going to be out at this point. They're saying that he doesn't even want to be involved unless Davies is there because, of course, it's one big gay boat ride, I guess. TARDIS ride is what they've turned it all into. And of course, we know that they've doubled down on identity politics. All four of the new writers for Season 2 that were hired to come in and write episodes are LGBTQ activists. One of them has written like a musical about gay rights in Australia. Another of them wrote a book called This Book Is Gay. And it's looking to be an absolute train wreck. Now, they're saying that it might be canceled after Season 2 completely as well, and that Doctor Who might be shelved at this point. But there's also rumors they just want to try to restart it with another showrunner, as Disney's put in substantial amounts of money into this investment and really wants to get something back out of it because they haven't been in recent days. Now, Disney is also looking to get the back catalog of Doctor Who onto Disney Plus because that's where the money's at. Everybody wants to watch those old Tom Baker episodes and the old David Tennant episodes. That would be a huge boon for them. And so they're trying to figure out a way to keep it going so that they can actually get access to that. That's where really the money's at for a lot of these streaming services. Same thing is going on with Paramount. They're making big money off of the streaming of Star Trek, The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, etc., and not really so much on the new shows. But around the world, when they license all those out, they make really good money. And that's the way that Doctor Who's going to have to be with all the train wreck of a series that's been gone through this entire deal. And they've courted controversy. This is not something where it's like they tried the best they could and they legitimately thought they were telling good stories and fun. No, they've been out there intentionally courting controversy with this entire situation. I mean, not only do you have a gay black doctor, which is ridiculous by itself for a British show and just an affront to the situation right there, but if you look at like what Russell T Davies was saying when this was coming out, he's saying he's removing the sci-fi elements and they're leaning in more towards fantasy because, you know, he wants to get in on some of that Harry Potter money. It's like, okay, Harry Potter? Like, I mean, what year is this? But hey, that's exactly what they were trying to do. And that's why you had this weird goblin ship sort of thing where they had singing going along. It was a disaster, and it doesn't fit Doctor Who whatsoever. It doesn't even feel like Doctor Who. Now, naturally, they've replaced the beautiful blonde Millie Gibson with a Indian woman, in this new season to double down on diversity as well. And these sorts of things are exactly what they've been doing. They put a transgender black dude in and called him Rose in the David Tennant specials recently. Of course, they put in that weird drag performer Jinx Monsoon into an episode to kind of virtue signal that. And naturally, they had the Doctor making out with another man on one of the episodes last season as well. This is all stuff that people don't want to see. But beyond that, the characterization of the Doctor has been terrible as well. Doctor has always been a problem solver, a very masculine figure, despite all of his wackiness and the like. Now he sits there and cries while the companions lecture him and try to figure out how to get things solved themselves. It's really not feeling like the Doctor whatsoever. They've emasculated the character very intentionally. I really think these people like tearing things down so that nobody else can have it. If it's my ball, not yours, is very much their attitude. They always say that kind of thing. They always say, it's not for you, don't watch it. And actually, that's what Ncuti Gatwa said. When he was getting some pushback, he lashed out at fans as well. Said, don't watch it. Go touch grass. It's exactly what happened. And so now he's even madder about it because even though they do this kind of stuff, even though they're passive-aggressive about it, they think that they're entitled to you watching it and loving it and giving them accolades anyway, because that's all these people have gotten all their lives. If you think about it, Gatwa is like this Nigerian guy who just gets golf claps just because he's black and just because he's gay, and all the time his identity gives him participation trophies his entire life. So when he stops getting that and he people say, no, this isn't right for what you're doing here, of course he's going to just have a big fit like he had. And Russell T Davies is much the same way. He's been given accolades his entire life. So what does he do now? He's it's the bigot's fault. It's the toxic fandom, and that's exactly where Stephen Moffat's going with this as well. In this, and this was reminiscent of Star Wars: The Acolyte and Star Wars. They always blame the toxic Star Wars fans for the failures out there, rather than actually just trying to put together something that actually would be something the Star Wars fans want. They do the opposite intentionally. They've courted all this. They've said they've gone into this knowing the fans wouldn't like this, that the fans were going to turn this off for Doctor Who, for Star Wars, for Star Trek, Marvel. I mean, you could just go down the list. They bring in people who actually actively don't want the fandom they have and actually want somebody else, a new modern audience that's going to come in, a younger, a youth demographic, as Russell T Davies says. And then they complain when they get the exact reaction that they expected. It's very bizarre on that level. Why not actually just try to do what the fans want for once? So now that the rumors have come out about Russell T Davies being gone, this Doctor Who fan said in the nicest way possible, literally anyone but Stephen Moffat. Now, Stephen Moffat took over as showrunner during the Matt Smith era, for better or worse. And some people liked some of it, some people didn't like some of it, and of course it, I would say that it was a mixed bag during his era, if anything, and so some people really didn't enjoy that takeover, and so Stephen Moffat apparently was searching his name on X and decided to go for it at this point, and here's where he lashes out at the fan: Moffat must go. Well, wait a minute. I mean, that's not exactly what he said. He just didn't want Stephen Moffat as the showrunner. And I'm not even there, he says in all caps, very angry, obviously. And I definitely won't be, so I'll go being horrible to someone else. It's not my turn anymore. So you can see just the anger and frustration here, saying that that all these people are horrible to him. Just because they're, critical of some of the work that he did. Now, if you can't handle criticism, why are you doing an IP like Doctor Who to begin with? I don't know. It's ridiculous. Now, we like Stephen Moffat, some of his episodes back in the day. He did some decent episodes. Some of them were not so good. Definitely a mixed bag. But that's, pretty normal when you write a bunch of episodes of a show. And that's kind of what this guy said. As he replies to Stephen Moffat, he's like, I meant it in the nicest way possible. I'd like you writing an episode or two. I don't want you as showrunner. That's fine as a fan to say that. That's not horrible. He's not personally attacking him. He's not delving into his life and just saying terrible things about him. He's just saying he doesn't want him as showrunner for the show. That's perfect, valid criticism. But, this is how these people react every single time. And I just went through his X feed for a little bit. I mean, just a couple days ago, he seems to go onto people's feeds to correct fans and get angry at them all the time. And Stephen Moffat was saying that he's had conversations with people who are not human, talking about AI and the like. And lots of old hands in your industry buy into it. Your scripts are routinely about AI being tricked into being used for good. You'll forgive me if it's hard to believe. And then Stephen Moffat says, you can believe what you like, but it's true. Writing is my job. I just do it. What I've never done before is have a complex conversation with something that isn't human. I find it fascinating, and I think completely new. And then, it's after this, he lashed out saying that he never used AI for writing, just to clarify, because you better clarify that. And it's just like these people are very, very touchy and very, very angry at this juncture, which is just more indication that things are not going the way they planned. Things are not going the way they like. They know that they're on their way out, and there's nothing they could do about it. Their legacies have pretty much been destroyed because of all this. Doctor Who's legacy has been destroyed, and it's honestly their fault. They should get some fan criticism about this, and people need to know, because if they just surround themselves with sycophants who tell them that everything's great, that all this work's been fantastic, that these are the best episodes ever, when they're clearly not, I mean, this is what you get. You get another season of this for no reason. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for being here, everybody, and check out some great science fiction. You'll love this. It's in the description below. Really appreciate you for being here. Grab the whole series on ebook, print, and audio. Very easy. You can just click this Arishon War button for the 3 books, and you got it right here. We'll be back soon.